Hey, hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. Some people don't understand why some gamers like killing things. A lot of things. All the things. So, for those of you who do not understand, cannot comprehend, why there are so many gamers out there who like going on a genocidal rampage in their video games, these will be the top 5 reasons that will tell you why. I like killing things in video games. I'm pretty sure you like killing things in video games. But sometimes it's nice just to have a good old little reminder to remind us, why do I kill things again? Oh yeah, that's why. There's no other satisfaction or experience quite like video game slaughter. And now, these are the top 5 reasons why gamers love killing things in video games. Enjoy the mayhem, and the blood, and the death. There's gonna be a lot of it. Number 5, Gore. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. In real life, actual gore disgusts me, makes me want to vomit. I cannot handle the real blood and guts. However, when it comes to video games, gore is handled in such a fantastical, unrealistic way that there's a sense of outlandishness, something so outlandish you can't help but smile. It's amazing how video games, most video games, there's some games that focus more on the more brutal side, how some games are able to make the gore and the blood and the sheer violence of it all can be muted with the power of a video game and made something almost hilarious, something to smirk at. And I think some of the games that do this best are Mortal Kombat and Left 4 Dead. With Mortal Kombat you have the fatalities, but with Left 4 Dead, the gore system, in my opinion, Left 4 Dead 2 has the simply best gore system in any game ever. In Left 4 Dead 2, there are so many ways to dismember, mutilate, and just destroy the body of hundreds of zombies that come your way. There's just something so satisfying of seeing what was once a deadly horde of infected monsters turned into a pile of blood and mangled meat. There's almost an unexplainable satisfaction in leaving what was once a deadly thing into roadkill. It makes you feel badass saying, yeah, I did that. Pretty sick, right? Oh yeah, it's pretty sick. Real life blood and gore may be horribly disgusting, but video game blood and gore is wonderfully disgusting. Number 4, power. Or at least, powerful weapons. When faced with a small army of deadly, atrocious things that want to kill you, you can feel a bit helpless. However, many video games, gives you the tools to become powerful and overcome this threat. Weapons and abilities that allow you to devastate a powerful force that would send anyone else cowering or running. Video games are able to give us that sort of power trip, and I think a good example is Red Faction Armageddon. The game gives you so many colorful and creative weapons to use, each of them having massively destructive capabilities, allowing you to kill dozens upon dozens, if not hundreds of Martians, as these savage aliens try to kill you as best they can. All the while, you're shooting, blasting, and blowing them up. It feels badass and satisfying to have so much power in your hands with these powerful weapons and tools and abilities that some video games give you. That sense of control and power is something people need from time to time, and video games can provide that in spades, thank goodness. Being put in a situation where so many would feel powerless and then giving you the tools to feel power by killing enemies in a number of colorful and destructive ways, yeah, I can see the appeal in that. Number 3, feeling like a one-man army. Let's admit it, everyone loves the scenes in a movie where one guy takes on a group of guys and comes out the only one standing, whether it be through wits, skill, strength, determination, or just downright luck. And there are a countless number of video games that make you feel like a one-man army. one of which I think represents it the best is Space Marine. Warhammer 40k Space Marine. In Space Marine, you are constantly pitted against hordes and hordes of alien orcs. It's almost overwhelming how many greenskins the game constantly sends your way. And in combination with the previous two reasons, power and gore, not only do the orcs die gruesome gory deaths, not only are you given powerful weapons and tools, but most of the time it's just you, Captain Titus, the playable character, going up against the hordes. While you do have two companions that follow you along, they barely do anything. It's mostly up to you to do all the orc killing work. And the game really makes you feel like a one-man army with all the power at your disposal. Especially when you look up the lore of Warhammer and you realize and understand how truly powerful the orcs are, how deadly they are, and you're just mowing right through them like a knife through butter. There's not much out there that can beat this feeling that you are this one guy who beat everybody. You defeated an entire army by yourself. There's no other feeling really as badass as that, being the lone survivor in a battle where it was you against 100. Number 2, variety. Variety in the things we kill. While there's absolutely satisfaction to be had in killing the same mindless henchman or goon over and over again, real satisfaction comes from defeating a variety of foes, whether it be a variety of different enemies, bosses, or unique enemy characters. I think the game that best does killing a bunch of enemies with a great variety is Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. With Shadow of Mordor and its nemesis system, orc captains and war chiefs will always be completely different from one another. They will always look different, have a different personality, weapons, behaviors. It keeps fighting orcs, even the regular henchmen, since they have the potential to gain this uniqueness as they kill you. Different every time. It always feels like you're fighting someone, something new. There's always a different Uruk ready out there to kill you who's going to look different and react to you differently. Other video games do something somewhat similar, just mixing up the enemy variety, giving you a ton of different enemies that completely differ from one another to fight you. And then there comes a satisfaction in knowing that you're killing a variety of enemies. You are standing up and fighting against a variety of different opponents, and each one, every time they try to take you down, you end up taking them down instead. There's a real satisfaction knowing that such a diversity of foes, each one different from one another, even when working together sometimes can't take you down, and you end up killing the lot. Now mix up the variety of killing enemies with the one-man army feeling, with the powerful weapons and tools at your disposals, and finally with a strong and satisfying gore system. Then you have a video game that makes killing things one of the most addictive pastimes ever. However, I think, after all this killing and reasons why we love killing, it's time to get to the number one reason we love killing. In video games, mind you. Please don't call the FBI. They don't need to know about this. Anyways, where was I? Oh yes! Recap. And the number one reason we love killing things in video games is mastering it. And what better example of a game to represent mastering the art of killing than Warframe? In Warframe and other games like it, you start out kinda puny. You have almost no weapons, you're at level 1, you have little understanding of the opposition you faced or what's the effective way of dealing with them, and you feel like a student who has yet to learn the basics. But as you keep playing the game, as you continue to understand it, as you continue to get new weapons and characters, level up and unlock new powers. Start facing these enemies over and over again, getting to learn their tells and their weaknesses. You really start to feeling you're not only mastering the game, you're mastering the effective way to kill your foes. You're learning and slowly becoming a true unstoppable badass. You're not a killing machine right out the door, you gotta get the parts to do that. You've gotta build yourself up. You've got to learn, improve, and soon you will be master of the art of the kill. You'll learn what weapons and ways kill quickly and which take their nice sweet time. You'll learn which powers are more effective but less dramatic, and which ones give you a glorious light show. Once you start learning the ins and outs of a game and how to approach combat effectively and powerfully, well, there's no other satisfaction like it, knowing that you mastered the game, you mastered the art of the kill, that your patience and persistence was rewarded. Now you're an unstoppable killing machine badass, and makes all that, the idea, the reason of mastering the kill, the variety of a ton of unique enemies, powerful weapons, the one-man army feeling, and finally, satisfying blood and gore. Well, once you start killing in video games, it's pretty hard to stop. This has been the Gamertron. Hope you guys enjoyed this top 5. Leave a like if you did. Comment of what you think of the games, the video, and the reasons. If you're new to the channel and stumbled across this video, why not subscribe to support me and see more of my upcoming content? Anyways, this has been the Gamertron. This has been a video, and I will see you guys later. I'm off to go kill shit in a ton of video games. Hehehe.